When she checked me and she told me that I was 4.5, 5 centimeters, I remember asking her, so it's just gonna get worse. And she just straight up, she's like, yeah.
The only part where I got really emotional and I got like a little bit worried was when you were pushing. It started at 8 o'clock. We are now at 3, they probably got here at like 3 a.m. In my head, I'm like, how long are we planning on being here?
So this is...
Oh, she looks so cute. You guys look so cute.
Yesterday. Let's just start with yesterday. So yesterday, I woke
Wait,
up.
hold on. Relax. You're a mom now. How do you feel?
Like, I feel good.
You feel good?
I mean, right now, like, I don't feel any different.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's just a human there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like a little bit like sore in my booty.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I feel good. I know because like sometimes, I mean, it's only been a couple hours, but I
About
genuinely
16.
don't feel like I'm gonna like spiral downhill. And I'm really glad that you have like some time off.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be nice.
We get to kind of
But
build
yeah.
our schedule together, struggle together for a bit.
But yeah, I feel proud.
Feel proud.
And like, yeah, like I literally, like I did that.
You did
Like,
that.
I think I feel so proud because I'm like, the plan A was plan A and plan A
was plan A.
was plan A.
Okay. So, early labor yesterday at January 6th at about 8 p.m.
Yeah, but first, before that, honestly, like, I mean, when I woke up, I was having cramps all day.
Yesterday, January 6th?
Yeah, but I've been having cramps, those type of feeling cramps for like 2, maybe more weeks now. So I didn't really think it was anything different. And a couple days ago, I lost my mucus plug. So I was like, okay, like I know she's coming like
Yeah, soon.
in a week.
Yeah.
But, and then when me and my mom went to her friend's house, I wasn't cramping at all. Like I was chilling, not even thinking I'm gonna have this baby today. But then when I went to the bathroom before we were leaving, there was like more mucus plug loss, and I'm like, I swear, like a lot already came out. Like this is more.
Yeah, because you've been telling me
Yeah.
for a couple of days. Yeah.
So then that's when I was kind of like, I have a suspicion. And then her friend was like, it's happening tonight. She's like, your water's going to break on the drive home. I'm like,
It didn't,
no, it's
though.
not. It didn't, though. But
Was the fact that you've been having contractions and you already had the false labor, did that take away from the excitement of feeling the cramps in the morning? Because you were like, I won't really lead to anything? Or were you still like, oh my God, today might be the day?
no, I not in the morning.
Yeah.
But like I think like later on in the evening, like I don't know why, like that mucus plug, I was like, Even though I already lost it that other day, and I wasn't like, she's gonna come today, but I was like, and then I kind of got excited.
Yeah.
So then, but when the contraction started, that's when I was like, nah, like it can't start, it can't be happening.
Yeah.
I was
Contractions around when? In the morning still? Or
No,
now we're
this
at
is
8
like
o'clock?
this is like 8 p.m.
Okay, so now we're at 8 p.m. Yeah, contractions start. It started pretty far apart. Honestly, they went on for a long time because we didn't really start timing it and taking it serious till about 8 o'clock. Or actually about 9 o'clock. But I think they started around 8-ish.
Yeah, they started around 8. They started, when we were...
If you guys see us look over there, it's because our daughter,
She's there.
she's there. You guys will get to see her later on when we do the name reveal, and you guys will see her a little bit, but keep watching. But, yeah.
But when we were eating dinner, that's when they start. Like, towards the end of dinner.
Yeah.
That's when they started.
The good dinner.
It was great dinner.
Who made it?
You.
Hi, just so you guys know. But yeah, me honestly, so were you excited at that point? You were taking it serious, like this is it?
Not eating dinner.
Okay, no, when the contraction started, let's say 8 o'clock.
Once we transitioned from eating to watching Squid Games here and me being on the ball, that's when I started getting a little bit excited because the pain was and they weren't. It was definitely a different feeling than the false labor at New Year's.
Yeah.
So that's when I started getting a little bit excited.
Which is the thing, like before it happens, they probably tell you it'll be a different feeling, you'll know, but you're like, what if I'm already feeling it?
Yeah.
So like you knew though, you're like, this is different, this is it?
I think not until like I looked and I realized that there was like more than 6 contractions in the past hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because...
That was early on, yeah. That was light work numbers.
Yeah, because...
We got to like 18 per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Year's, I don't think I had that many, and they were so much more further apart. But this time, like consistently for like a couple hours, they weren't more than at least like 8-9 minutes, and then they started getting closer.
When we first started around 8 o'clock, they were about like 12-13 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, I don't think I fully took it serious or got excited until we called the midwife.
Yeah, because
that's when I was like, okay, it might be today.
Because when I went to the bathroom, I think to go poop, and then I was like, no, we gotta
call the midwife.
And you're like, no, like let's just wait a little bit longer. I was like, because you know me, like I wanted to wait as long as possible. I didn't want to disturb them.
Yeah.
But that's when I knew something was feeling different.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, like
yeah.
I'm not trying to have this baby by myself.
Yeah.
They gotta be here. And so I'm glad we called them when we did.
We called them perfect timing. Okay, so contractions start around 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fast forward. So they happen throughout the night till about what, 10, 11?
So when it got to about 11.
That's when you called the midwife?
No,
12-ish, I think later.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I just wanted to add in that around, like, I would say, like, 10:30 is when they started getting, like, painful. That's when I was like, okay, they've, because from what I've researched, when you know their actual labor contractions and not Braxton Hicks, they'll get more intense. So that's when I was like, oh, this is, I think, actually real, because that's when 10 o'clock was when they started to, like, progress, like, pick up. And I actually had to, like, stop and like breathe through them.
Yeah. The thing is, you keep referencing New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, we had a false labor on that day, but I genuinely think that did help us prepare for the actual one.
Yeah.
Because on New Year's Eve, when we had the false labor, I'm like, oh my God, we literally haven't prepared for anything.
Yeah.
The overnight backpack wasn't packed.
Yeah.
The announcement outfit wasn't packed. Yeah. Her PJs weren't packed. The backpack wasn't even a backpack. I had to go grab it.
I know.
But when it happened this time, I'm like,
we were like,
okay, like we know what to do. Plus, when it happened that time, I did some research on how can I help you a little bit, where to massage you, all that.
Yeah.
But another part that we haven't mentioned was your mom. Obviously, they haven't seen her, but she was here.
Yes.
So I feel like that was a big help in me also being as calm as I was this time, knowing that there's somebody else here who has at least been through it or has more experience than I do. But I think this time, once they started, I'm like, yeah, we're good. The only thing I was trying to gauge was, okay, how serious is it?
Yeah.
Because obviously you're in the moment, you think it's hurting, but we've been told not to call them until they're 3 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And they're like 6 minutes apart. You're like, no, we got to call them now.
Yeah, because
like,
I felt
let's wait a little bit.
They were intense.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And then when we called them, they were like less than 3 minutes. They were like 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
But that was only because we restarted it on your phone. So they didn't account for the averages of the longer ones.
But I still had 4.
4. I asked you while you were pooping, I'm like, hey, how far apart are they?
I didn't know how
You're
to
like 2, 4, 6. I'm like, what does that even mean? I'm like, what? I thought you meant the first was 2 minutes apart, then 4 minutes apart, then 6 minutes.
Oh.
That's why I was like, that's an average of like 5. So that's still not 3. But 2:46 was 2:46 a.m. I looked at the phone. I'm like, what are you talking about right now?
Yeah, because I was just in pain, so I was like short messages.
You could have put the semicolon to it.
It's too long. That's why I have to switch to a different, like keyboard.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually a good reference to. So now we know around what time we called them, because contractions started around 8. 2:46 was when you were like pooping, so we probably called them around like 2:50. Yeah. No, shortly after that, like 2:45ish. Because once you got out,
you're saying
calling the midwife to come in.
I'm trying 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge what time we called them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So probably called them around 2:40 something.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because by the time the baby came out, no. Yeah, probably around that. Okay. So now the contractions are about 3 minutes apart. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So obviously I don't think we've said this, but the plan was to have a home birth. So there was no plan to go to the hospital.
Which, real quick, is another thing, because when we had the false labor, technically we haven't really discussed a birth plan.
No.
So when we had the false labor, that's another reason I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
So I'm literally on my notes section creating the birth plan
really?
that day. Yeah, I'm like, okay, plan A is this. Plan B, the hospital, if we absolutely need to. She wants a home birth, but she's not willing to die for this.
Yeah.
It's not like a lifelong dream.
Yeah.
So it's not worth the pain. If we have to go, we have to go. That's okay. It's written in there. The what is it? The needle she's taking is written in there. Epidural, absolutely last case scenario.
Yeah.
Gas preferred, but worst case scenario, give her the epidural. Like, I literally have the birth plan on my notes. So this time, I was more prepared. Like, I didn't have to think about any of that.
So yeah, I mean, I think the false labor was needed because it definitely prepared, just mentally more for the actual thing. But okay, so once active labor is like actually happening, I'll just give you a little rundown of what was going through my mind.
Yeah.
So like,
Not a little rundown, a long rundown.
I was like, oh, like these are painful. Like, I don't even see. The thing is there was a few times like they really did progress. Like when they say like they will get more intense, they did get more intense. Like, but
You do feel it?
You do feel it, yeah, for sure. And so, there was a few times where I'm literally in my mind and I'm like, should I just tell him like, I don't think like they can get more intense and I can do this without any drugs. Like in my mind, I'm like, no, like this is hurting too bad. I know that it's going to get worse. I don't think I can do this. I think I thought that like twice. Genuinely, I was just thinking about breathing the whole time, but I think I had two like moments where I'm like, I think I said out loud one of them where I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Real quick though, the video I was watching on the preparing for labor and how to help your partner, one thing he mentioned was like, although there's plan A, if you need to go with plan B, reminder of plan A and then support it with plan B. If you need to go with plan A and then support it with plan B. We're recording here.
Yeah.
So cute.
That's true.
So immediately when you told me like if the epidural is needed, we're going with that. Now in my head I'm trying to gauge, okay, I know Tiara, I know how strong she is. So in my head I have to battle this like I'm like, how bad does it need to be?
For you to take charge and be like, okay.
Okay, because also we worked out together a lot of times. We've been together a lot of times. I know like how you think. So me knowing how strong you are, I know that you might say it's time, but I'm not gonna say it's time when you say it's time. Because I know I can still push you a little bit further.
Yeah.
So, but knowing
true.
how far to push you,
Yeah.
like when is it really time? That's something I was like, how am I gonna gauge that? You know, because it's like, you can't just be like, oh, it's time, and I'm like, okay, hospital, because I still know that you want to do this.
Yeah.
And I know, as probably we'll get to and how you feel now, but I know that that's a flex. Like now you get to say you had a home birth. So I'm like, hey, I kind of don't want to take that away.
Yeah. Oh,
so
okay.
I low-key would have been willing to risk just saying now she's following through with this. She'll fight through the pain. I don't care how much it hurts, just so you can have that relief afterwards of saying you did do it.
And honestly, like you when you kept telling me like throughout the night as it got like harder and harder, you're like, you're so close. Like you just have to do it like one more time. Like you just kept saying, you're like, just one more time.
We'll get there. Okay, so where were we? You were talking about plan B and plan A?
Well, okay, so like so let's say midwives have been called because the contractions are now like about 3 minutes apart. I'm honestly, so again, the plan was to do it in the tub.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is going to help alleviate pain.
Yeah.
Once you ran the tub, all that was going through my mind, I'm like, I'm not getting in that bathtub.
So like that's after the midwives come, right?
Yeah.
I was telling your mom, you know, grab her, or just let her chill for a bit.
Maybe she want.
No, we can grab her.
Okay. Sometimes she just.
Yeah, sometimes I think she just
likes the being held. But it's a good thing that she can get put down.
Yeah, she's been so good, which we'll get to.
Baby reveal.
Not yet. You guys can see your face yet.
No.
But my mic, we're recording. You're trying to make a little intro. You love the cameras, don't you? But I was talking to your mom about this. One of the only critique that I had on the midwives, I'm not sure if it was just a miscommunication, but I feel like they thought we knew more than we knew.
Oh, yeah, like with what we had.
With what we had and what we were supposed to do. Like they come to me like, do you guys have towels? I'm like, yeah, we got towels. How many towels do we need? I thought you guys were coming with this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have like the garbage bag? Where's it going to be? I'm like, I don't know. We're happy you guys are here because you guys know this.
Yeah.
They're like, go fill the tub. I'm like, Cal, go fill the tub. How high does the tub go?
Yeah.
Like, that's where I need the input. Like, how warm is it supposed to be?
Yeah.
So that's the only critique I would have. I don't think they explained or
more and
beforehand. But then again, your mom was saying they did take us on very late. So they might have thought that we already knew all that stuff. You know, so yeah. But
no,
sorry,
I agree with you. I was like, because I was listening to all this, but there was no way I could give input or say anything. But yeah, I'm like, I was just like, I was trying not to let it stress me out because I'm like already going through so much. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, we need more towels. I'm like, no, I don't have anything to put on the bed. Like, oh, and I'm just like, I knew like that you'd figure it out, but I'm like, oh, crap. Like, I wish like we had more of that home stuff prepared.
Yeah.
But
one thing about us though, which use anything. Like
literally.
Shower curtain, I'll go take it down right now.
Yeah, you were so good with that. You were like, yeah.
At some point she was like, do you guys have a face towel you don't care about?
We're like, bro, grab any
face towel I don't care about. And like, whatever you need right now, grab it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like anything at all. But okay, where were we? So the midwives are now here.
Yes.
And sorry, you were saying
well, I could just talk about like, okay, now like, you know, like as labor goes on, like the pain gets worse, you know, I was gonna get in the bathtub, but I was just getting such bad hot flashes that I'm like the idea of the bathtub was just like such a good idea, but then I'm like, wait, like I actually realized that I hate just sitting in lukewarm water.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, no. And then I just like didn't know like at first like what was going to be comfortable. I didn't think like the way that I was laying like on my side, because I was like laying on my side most of the time laboring was going to be comfortable, but that was just like the best way.
Yeah. You did a very good job though at speaking up for yourself. So I'm very proud of you for that.
Really?
Like even by saying, nah, I don't want the water anymore. Like even, we have plans, but who cares? It's all about how you feel in the moment. So you did a good job at, although they're the experts, and you said you want a water birth in the moment. If you're not feeling like water, you're not feeling like water.
Yeah.
So that was very good.
Because I was like, because you were running the tub, and then I was having second thoughts. I'm like, I don't think.
By the way, I'm running this tub. I'm like, bro, this is my only job right now. I can't mess it up. Like running that tub was stressful. I won't lie to you.
Was it?
It's stressful.
Oh no, why?
I'm like, bro, how high?
Yeah.
Because she didn't tell me anything.
And like,
she's like, lukewarm. I'm like, to who? To me, lukewarm is like, okay, that's pretty hot.
Yeah.
When we take baths, I like my baths hot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and also you were taking long to get in it. I'm like, it's gonna get cold. They're gonna think I didn't make it lukewarm. Like running that bath was stressful.
Well, good thing we didn't have to use it, and you didn't have to get critiqued.
Yeah, I was waiting for my final mark in my review for that.
No, but and so as this all goes on, I just have to give a shout out. Like, you were amazing. Like I said before, like I couldn't have done it without you. You were just perfect.
Yeah.
And I low-key was so upset that I had to go when she told me I had to go sit on that toilet.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is so uncomfortable. But it definitely, I could feel it. It did help bring her down. And all I'm thinking the whole time is I was trying to relax, but I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is such an uncomfortable position for you. Like I know, like sitting on the knees. So I was like, oh, I didn't want to like continue because I'm like, I was just thinking about you. I'm like, this is such a terrible.
I mean, that just speaks to who you are as a person now.
Like I was
worried about me.
I was literally in pain, and you kept like putting my hands around your shoulders, and I'm like, no, like I know.
Where's the mic?
Right here.
Your hoodie's covering it.
Oh. I'm like, oh, like I know that this is like so painful. Like that's all I can keep thinking about.
Yeah.
So that part was hard for me to relax because I was thinking about you. But
even at that part though, you did good. Like, yeah, mentally throughout the whole thing, I think you were very solid. You know, the breathing was very good. You try to stay as relaxed as possible. You were listening to my instructions. Like I could feel you tense up, and I'm like, hey, breathe, breathe, and I could feel your shoulders loosen. Like I could feel you and hear you and see you.
Yeah, because I
putting
wasn't
into action
putting any
what
words.
I'm telling you. Yeah. So that was very reassuring, and knowing that my efforts are not just being wasted. You actually are listening to me, and like even like you said today, although you didn't tell me anything last night, I did know that you needed me to be there. You know, I did know that what I was doing was helping you. I did know that the motivational speech or the little jokes or whatever it was, I knew it was helping you.
It was very helpful.
Yeah.
Like me not even having to say anything, and just like every time like you leave, I'm like, no, come back.
No,
and then you come back and you be like, don't worry, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, good.
That's another thing with the bath. I'm like, okay, I gotta go run this bath. I'm like, contraction happening? Okay, I'm coming.
No, it was so I was so like I didn't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Like I liked like having like holding your hand, and you like being close to my face.
Yeah. Oh man, it was so uncomfortable. Like every position I was in yesterday, it was uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah. But in my head, I'm like, hey, I can't be crying about this right now.
You're like, I'm complaining about being uncomfortable.
No, like dead ass. I was like, yo, my back hurts. The other thing, when you were laying in the bed and you laid on the left side, so cause you're laying right here, the edge of the bed is here, so I could like sit here.
Yeah.
But her laptop was here, so I had to sit on this side.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
And then you had to lean over.
I had to lean over. It's like my left side. At some point, my neck was hurting. I'm like, oh, I was gonna ask for an epidural. I was like,
some morphine.
I was like, yeah, I need something. I don't care if she's doing this natural. I need something.
But yeah, so then okay, let's move. So when she checked me and she told me that I was 4.5 centimeters,
Yeah.
I remember asking her, so it's just gonna get worse from here, right?
Yeah.
And she just straight up, she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's when I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like in my head, like I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But after that, I progressed really fast.
You did.
So from 5 to like 9.5 to when I started pushing, I progressed really fast. And then before my water broke, those contractions were terrible. After my water broke, it was like the biggest release of pressure. Like, and then it was a different type of pain after that, and like having to like have the contractions and push. But after like my water broke, it was just like I felt like some type of like release.
Almost
and
there.
then I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And I was like, I'm almost there. Like I made it this far. Like I can keep going. Like I can do this.
Yeah, with the dilation or whatever it's called. Is that what dilation? I feel like that's the proper term. When you said you're like 5 away, I'm like, again, I haven't done much research on like how much do you have to be or.
Oh, you didn't know?
No. So she's like, you're at 5. I'm like, okay.
So that's like this much.
Yeah.
I need to be a 10.
Now I know that. And then also, how long does it take to get there? Because again, you guys are saying this labor wasn't long, but in my head, it started at 8 o'clock. We are now at 3. They probably got here at like 3 a.m. And that's not long. So in my head, I'm like, how long did it? I was planning on being here. Like, what do you mean it's not long? Like, we're already at 3 o'clock.
To me, really did not feel long.
That being said, though, yes, that's true. Like, although it was like 8 hours, flew by.
It did fly by.
Yeah.
And even thinking that, like, I was in pain for a total of 8 hours, like, that's crazy to think. But, like, it did not feel that long. The pushing part felt so fast to me. But I was like waiting for someone to let me know, like, if her head's coming out. That's why I'm like, is she coming? Like, I needed to know.
The only part where I got really emotional and I got, like, a little bit worried or I was like nervous was when you were pushing.
Really?
Yeah. Because I could tell how much that was hurting you. And it got to a point where you kept pushing. And I could tell that you're like, both you and I'm like, okay, when is this baby coming? Cause it's like, okay, almost there and almost there, and then it's like it wasn't almost there. So I'm already telling you one more, and I have to stay calm and like stay like one more. Okay, you're almost there, you're almost there. But in my head, I'm like, is she almost there? Like, what's happening? Is it taking longer than they thought? Like, what's happening here? And then every single time you push, it would hurt more and more. And like I could see in your face, because again, I'm right there beside you. So every single time, I'm like, oh my god.
See, the thing
I
is,
just don't want to see her in this pain.
The thing is, though, is the contractions hurt more than pushing. The thing about the contractions is that the contractions were pain. The pushing was more just pressure. So pushing, and the only part about pushing that was like painful really was when her head was like coming out, because it was like a burning sensation. But other than that, like the actual pushing her out wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be, to be honest. But
That's good.
Yeah.
In my head, when he started screaming, I'm like, yo, the neighbors. I'm like, we're about to get evicted and we have a newborn.
No.
Yeah.
So
no, honestly, mentally though, you were very impressive throughout it all. I gotta give you your flowers.
Thank you.
Throughout it all, throughout the contractions, the labor, again, receiving the notes, receiving the feedback, bodied it.
I think I'm also very impressed with
yourself.
myself. Yeah, I am. But to just I'm just kind of reading over these and seeing what we haven't really touched on, but we kind of touched on like almost all of this, and managing pain and emotions. Like you, for me, helped with managing my pain and my emotions, and your role, like you bodied your role, with you being the first, this being your first time as being that role, and intense moments, like you said, like when I was like really pushing, that was like a really intense moment for you.
Yeah, as a young adult watching this video, and your girl or whatever is about to go into labor, or you're about to have a baby, what do you really think helped you that I did, or that I could have done better, that would have helped you even more, so that people kind of have an idea of like, if you're going through the situation, here's what you should be doing? Because again,
for
you,
men.
so as a man,
as the man.
So for you, what do you think that I did that was very helpful, or what I could have done that would have been a little bit better to make it an easier process for the future, for myself and for anybody watching this who might be in our situation or our past situation?
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I don't think there's anything you could have done better, if I'm being honest. That being my first experience.
Yeah.
I think everything you did was amazing. And so I think the things that really helped me was you honestly just like when you kept telling me like, I'm here, like, don't worry, like, I'm here. And I know it sounds sometimes so like cliche, but you just saying like, you can do this, like you're so close, like one more, like that. Also those words, they might just seem like simple words that you're like, but in that moment, that's like genuinely what I needed to hear, because obviously I'm there in my own head being like, I know I can do this, but when somebody else is there and believes in you and is like, you're so close, like you're doing great, like you just have to push like one more. It's that was it's okay.
It's okay.
That was my the two biggest things, and you just being like, I know, like I think it all depends on the person, but you being like as close to me as you were, and like just like head to head and like in my face and like kept kissing my forehead and all that, like I didn't think like that physical touch I would have enjoyed, but I did. Just the holding my hand and kissing my forehead and and or in the earlier labor, and when you were rubbing my back and when my mom was rubbing my back, like all that was very helpful, because the back pain and the contractions were terrible. So terrible. Oh my gosh, that was so painful. But yeah, so those are the things that I think, if you have a partner, honestly, as simple as it comes, literally just being there for them and continuing to encourage them, because you know them best, and letting them know that they can do it.
Yeah, which is what I was about to say. I feel like, it all just comes down to how well do you know your partner. This is your chance to show that you should know how to motivate them. You should know what to say, what little references to make, what little jokes you can make to add in to like try to lighten the mood. But
Yeah, the little jokes too. I sorry, you said that once and I didn't refer back to it, but yeah, little things, or like inside jokes, like they were helpful. Obviously, I didn't react or respond to them, but they went in my mind. I heard them. They were helpful because it helped to lighten the mood a little bit. Like, this is not death. Like, I'm fine. Like, even like with the midwife saying like I know all these things. Like, when I say it out loud, when I think about them right now, it sounds so simple, but they are very helpful. Her just saying like when it was really intense, and her saying you're safe. Like, we're here, like, you're safe. Like, that was very, very helpful as well.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are just humans, and you're only 21 years old. We're both young adults. So, again, as simple as it is, knowing that you have somebody there for you, and the reassurance, the mental reassurance, the physical reassurance, that's all you really need at the end of the day. Like, it does not need to be oversimplified. You don't need to watch 50 TikTok videos of what to do.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, it all just comes down to you're with your partner. This is your guys' moment. Enjoy it. That was another thing that I kept in my head that helped me. If you are still watching this video, first things first, thank you for watching. And second thing is, please, please, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, and as long as you continue to support us, we think it is very, very doable. So please, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. If you know somebody who would enjoy this podcast, whether it's for entertainment or for self-improvement, whatever it is, make sure to share it with them. And last thing I want to say is that if you prefer to listen to the audio, we are on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon as well. All the links will be in the description. So however you want to listen or view the podcast, we are available. So please make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow us, and thank you once again for supporting us. Let's get back to the video. I'm like, this is it. Like, we got to enjoy this, but there's also no trying this again. So whatever I have, whatever motivational speech I have, whatever I can do to help, no matter how my knee hurts or how bad my back hurts or my neck, it doesn't matter because this is it. Like, this is the World Cup final. This is what we get to tell the story about. This is what our kids are going to learn about, watch, So this is it. So it was a pleasure to have and share this with you. And we always talk about it. We're like, I'm so glad that we get to use to live this life and this storyline together, because I don't think I'd want to do this with anybody else except you.
Actually, a few times during the night, I kept thinking like, I can't believe like this is who I'm doing this with. Like, I felt so grateful. So grateful that I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is who God chose for me to do this with. It was just, it was honestly amazing.
I'm just making sure this is still on.
But and then we can give a brief little.
Okay, so how about, so now the baby's born. Oh, okay, so from my perspective, again, as I was saying, you pushing, and the more and more you had to push, the more and more I started to like get more nervous and feel bad. So I'm like, hey, this is clearly hurting. So literally every single push, I'm like, is that the baby? Can I hear the baby? Literally, I'm like, okay, I gotta hear the cry. Can I hear the baby cry? No, not yet.
Yeah, because and another thing that I think is really important is, if you have a partner there, is you being up here and focusing on me, because that really showed a lot. Knowing that you're there, like you always say, I come first. So you being up here and not being like, oh, what's going on, and like leaving me was very, very helpful in that moment.
Yeah, which was exactly, in my head, you always do come first. Like, yes, there's a baby coming into the world, but I got to make sure you're good. So again, I got to be as close to you as possible, like let you know that, hey, no matter what's going on right now, ignore everything else. Just listen to me. You can do this. You're made for this. We are here. We can do this. You're almost there. All of that stuff. So yeah, every single push, I'm like, and then I would hear something and I'm like, is this you or is the baby? Because I'm like too close to you so I can hear you. But I'm like, okay, no cry. And then, okay, I was talking about the moment when the baby is. Yeah. Can you feel when the baby's out? Or do you also wait for the cry?
I felt her come out. Yeah.
Do you wait for the cry to make sure they're safe, or do you just know as soon as they're out, we're good? Because for me, obviously I don't feel or see the baby come out. So you probably knew the baby was out before me because I was waiting for the cry.
Yeah, I knew she came out, and I felt her come out, and then I was like, in my head, I'm just like, she's gonna cry, she's gonna cry, she's gonna cry, and then she cried.
Barely.
But I heard her,
Yeah,
so I was
it
like,
was
okay,
enough.
she's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, she's breathing.
Okay. In that moment, what are you feeling?
I was like, oh my gosh, it's over.
It's
I
over?
literally was like, I just did that. Like, it's over. Like, I think, and another first thing I thought was like, I'm still at home. I didn't have to go. I didn't get any drugs. I think everything I was like, oh my gosh, this is like what I was hoping to happen just happened.
Your background music, celebration started playing.
Yeah.
I think for me though, I think you touched on it earlier where it's like you still kind of felt the same. I feel in movies or from the stories I've heard is always that, oh, as soon as the baby's born, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it's a little bit different. But for me specifically, which I think I overplayed in my head.
How that feeling would be.
I think hearing everybody else talk about it, I kind of expected more from it. Mm-hmm. So when I didn't really feel as much as I thought I would feel, I kind of felt bad in a way. I'm like disappointed in myself. I'm like, am I supposed to feel something I'm not feeling? Mm-hmm. Like, am I just not as connected to the baby as I'm supposed to be? Like, what's happening? Because when I was talking to my sister, she's like, how do you feel? I'm like, I still feel the same. Like, there's no immediate, oh my God, we have a baby in the world. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's due to mental preparation or non-mental preparation. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's either overstated in the movies, which is why I want to know how you felt. Because to me, like, of course, whenever I'm looking at her, though, that's when I do feel it. When I'm staring at her and she's like right here, I can just feel myself smiling for no reason at all. But in that moment, I'm like, yeah, the baby's born, but it's not an immediate, oh my God, life has changed. It's like, nah, I still feel the same.
I didn't feel that either, though.
Yeah.
So you feel like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When she came out, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, the world changed. I think I was just like more of, oh my gosh, I did that and that's done.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh my gosh, my life has just changed. Like, what? There's so much more going through your mind. Like, I feel like it's too, like, in a way, maybe that's how some people feel, but how do you feel like that when it's like, you haven't done anything really
Exactly.
to feel that way.
Yeah.
Like you haven't, your lifestyle hasn't changed yet. You just birthed you just have a baby. Exactly. There's just a person here. So,
I think the first time I'll feel it is when I have to do something. Like, even when we're changing the diapers, I kind of felt it. Oh, we didn't talk about the first diaper. We can talk about that later. I think that's a common topic. But
the first diaper?
Changing the first diaper, how did it feel? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, really?
Oh, people. But I think
it's not that deep.
It's not really not that deep. No, literally. It's like, who changed the first diaper? But, like, it's just a diaper. But, I think I'll feel, when we definitely are out in public, I feel like my first stroll with her.
Yeah.
I might go to the mall just to go to the mall.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, I won't go buy anything just to I might go to Costco just to go to Costco. Like, just to walk around with her. I might put her in the car and walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when when I'm out in public and everybody's like, oh, is that your daughter? That's when I feel like, that is my daughter.
You're like, wait, yes, actually it is.
Yeah, you're right. How'd you know?
As of yesterday.
Well, how'd you know? So I feel like that's when it'll really hit me. But yeah, that's one thing where I was like, it's just like an inability and insufficiency on my end. Like, am I emotionally incapable or like what's happening? So, but yeah. So that's my first 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So the baby was born at 4:23 a.m. 6 pounds, 6 ounces.
Well, you didn't hold her for a while.
I didn't hold her for a while. That's another thing.
So again, it's kind of harder to feel something when she's not in your arms.
That's another thing, being in a father's position. Mm-hmm. As stupid as it might sound, this is your moment, of course. This is your first baby. You've held this baby for 9 months. But on my end, I'm like, I don't know. I kind of just feel like I'm kind of getting overlooked here, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm in a room full of women. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, this is it should be. I don't know. It sounds stupid.
No,
It
I don't
sounds
think that's
stupid,
stupid
but
at all.
I was like, kind of felt overlooked a tiny bit. Because, yeah, I didn't even hold her for a while. But, again, I didn't know that this is your moment. Even when I did get a hold her, I'm like, yeah, I can't be. That's another thing. I'm like, I can't be. In everything I'm thinking, because, I overthink a lot. I'm like, I can't be selfish. I'm a very prideful person. I get cheesed easily. But I'm like, hey, for this night specifically, for right now, I gotta use all my energy. None of that can happen. So even when I did finally get a hold her, I held her for a little bit. I'm like, this is also your mom's first granddaughter. So although I've been waiting for my moment, I got my quick moment. Now I gotta give it to your mom because also your mom's also. As long as I've been waiting, your mom has also been waiting. So I'm like, again, I can't be selfish. Give it to your mom so she can also have her moment.
Honestly, like, that's actually really crazy because, like, I genuinely think this is why, like, we just work and do so well together is because I held her and I know that the best is for her to get skin to skin with me. Mm-hmm. And so after, like, I didn't think she was going to be in my arms and that, like, with me for as long as she was. Mm-hmm. And so that first, like, 5-ish minutes, I'm like, okay, I want to pass her off to you. Like, I was so excited. Like, I wanted to see you hold her. And so all that's going through my mind after that first initial 5 minutes, because I'm not about to give her to you right this second. Yeah. But I'm like, it's his turn. Like, that's all I could think about. Yeah. I'm like, this is also his moment. And so that's just so crazy how similar we think to those things is because, again, even with me dying on that toilet, laboring, all I'm thinking about is how sore you are and how terrible this position is. And so when she first came out, I'm like, I just want you to hold her too. Like, this is like, this is our moment. But I definitely think, like, being at home, it definitely made it better. I think that things just would have been way too much with all the doctors and the nurses, and I would have been stressing way more if we were at the hospital because I don't know how, like, I don't know. But I was just like, I wanted you to hold her sooner than you did. I was just thinking about you. Yeah. Because again, you're my first as well. Like, it was me and you before it was her. And so again, I'm like, this is our moment. Like, I'm like, I need you to hold her. I need you to hold her. Like, I wanted you to feel the way I was feeling. Yeah. That's the thing. I think I just wanted you to feel the same. And you couldn't have felt the same without holding her. But yeah.
How did it feel when you first held her?
I was just like, I think I just kept thinking in my mind, wait, this is my baby now. Yeah. This is my child.
I can ground her.
I think that's all I was thinking. I'm like, I know this was about to come, but, like, she's my responsibility. Yeah. That's what I think the first couple of things I was thinking.
I don't know if it's just the type of person I am, but it just felt, I'm not stressed at all.
Me neither.
Like, at all. Yeah, she's here, she's chilling.
Like,
she's good. We're good. Again, I think that all comes from how solid we are. Like, again, at no point in the night did I feel like, oh, we're in over our heads. Yeah. At no point now do I feel like we're in over our heads.
Well, I also...
Yes, it's only been like 14 hours, so it will get harder. We know that. It will get harder. But again, I'm like, I don't know. I think we're good.
But and that's the thing. Like, I also think, like, even me, like, thinking, like, okay, like, there's the first diaper change. Like, well, what if she cries? And then I just keep thinking, wait, but I'm not alone. Yeah. I'm like, but he can also figure it out too. Like, if I don't know, just because I'm the mom, I don't have to know everything. So, like, if she cries, like, and I don't know what to do, like, that's okay. And so that's also why I don't feel stressed. Is because I'm like, together. We'll figure it out together, exactly. Or just, like, me being like the first diaper change, like if I didn't know what to do, that's okay. I have you. Like, mom. Yeah, I'm a woman, but still, it's different. I feel like when it's like your first baby, and it's like you got to do it. Yeah, I think that's why I don't feel stressed because, like you said, we know how solid we are, and it's like we have each other. Yeah, I don't feel stressed. No. You just try. There's only so many you can do for a baby when they cry. You check a few things. Yeah. Check the diaper, Have they eaten?
Yeah.
Are they tired?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It will get harder, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the baby went to sleep. Everybody left, and the baby went to sleep at what, around like 6-ish?
Yeah, I think she finally went to. We put her down.
Were you able to sleep right away?
No.
Really? Because I thought I wouldn't be able to, but I don't remember being up. I think I was way too tired.
You did fall asleep like pretty fast.
I was tired.
I think I had too much, like, not anything bad, just so
Overthinking?
many thoughts going through my mind.
That's what I thought I would be feeling, but I was tired. I was like, nah, this can't wait.
And I was just so excited that, like, she was just, like, there, and I kept hearing her sounds, so I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, you said that.
Like, I kept hearing her.
Maybe it's because she's closer to you, but I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, and I was like, that was me. Every time I was like,
like right now.
And then I looked at you, and I'm like, nah, this guy's out.
I was past that.
But I wasn't, like, I was up, because we didn't, that first initial sleep, it wasn't very long. It was, like, 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, like, trying to wake you up at all. Like, I was like, this guy's got to get rest. So I'm like, at least so if I fall asleep, like, he's awake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't fall asleep very fast. And then I was just so excited to, like, do life with her. Like, I just wanted her to be up.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I kept wanting to, like, hold her and stuff. Because I mean, she's just been in here for so long. Like, I've been waiting for this moment to just hold her.
One thing that you haven't really talked about that you did very well, and the baby did very well, is the breastfeeding. So,
I was so excited for that.
Yeah.
It hurts.
It hurts.
Right now. Definitely.
Now?
Well, I think it's going to get better. But because I'm not used to something sucking on my nipple like that, it hurts. But it's also like a really nice, it's like fun moments. But that's also why I'm thinking about you, want you to be able to feed her. So that's why I'm like really excited to pump. So I can put the milk like in the bags and like you can bottle feed her.
Yeah.
But
for you, how did it feel? Talk about your experience when she first latched on and you're like, oh my God, I'm doing this. Like, I'm feeding a human.
I think low-key I was like, this is cool. And I was also really shocked with how she actually easily did it. At first when she was telling me, I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna figure this out?
Yeah.
Like when she was like explaining it and stuff. And then I think when I did it for the first time, I was like, this is not actually as hard as
light work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
And her. She plays a big part in it.
She has been very good so far, yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't.
But also the relief of knowing that she can breastfeed and you can
relief.
Provide milk.
Oh, that was really nice because I mean we didn't get any formula. We didn't.
There was no plan B. No.
Because I think I was just too set and secure. Like I think that's one thing I was really set on.
Breastfeeding? But didn't that build up the pressure?
No, because I just had a really good feeling.
Yeah.
That there wasn't going to be any issues. And I mean, there still could be issues. It hasn't been even a day. But at least right now I know that I can do it. Yeah. And so if anything, and if she's not getting enough or whatever, then. Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely something that I didn't even put pressure on me. I just felt really confident about it, I think.
Yeah, you built for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so we wake up. Let's talk about the first day today. How's it been?
I think it's just been like it's kind of like an odd day, because it's not really. It's like I've been awake for 2 days.
Yeah.
In a way,
yeah.
But
with like some naps here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's just been like a chill day. Like I'm so like shocked at just like how good she is. Like she genuinely is like so easy.
Yeah.
Right
so
now.
So far. Yeah.
By
the time you're watching this, you might be annoying to us, but for now, you're good. You're good.
But like genuinely, she can just like chill. Like I'm really glad that we know that we can put her down to like go to sleep, and that she doesn't just like cry if we put her down.
I feel like that's one thing I'm very hard set on.
Yeah,
is the sleeping habits.
I can tell.
And making sure that we can't coddle her, coddle her too much. Like, not every single time she cries or she's about to cry do we pick her up immediately. Again, this is parenting. We gotta assess the situation.
I think the only reason, like, today, like, I just really wanted to, it's like, it's the first
Yeah,
day. Like, she's making sounds.
She gets
like,
a day
I just
off.
want to.
She gets a day off. Yeah.
And I think that it also said, like, in the first 24 to 48 hours, like, hold your baby as much as you want.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really worrying about that. But I know you're, like, you're on top of it.
As me being, like, a systematic and numbers person, I feel like you'll really pay dividend in this scenario.
But I do think, like, yeah, like, the first day, too, like, it's okay for us to hold her. But even, like, you know, that like, you know, once you get into, it usually is, like, once you get into that, after that first week, you want to start your routine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just figuring out things.
That is something that I wonder if it'll change from on my perspective. It's like how, like, hard set and systematic I am. Because there were times where, like, you were holding her and I'm like, or even when you were breastfeeding her and I'm like, yo, you got to wake her up. Like, she's got to be fed. So I wonder if I will chill out a little bit more and enjoy the moment a little bit more, or if I am just gonna be still like, hey, yo, like, this is a job, like, we have a job to do here, like, we gotta go. So I wonder if I will be a little bit more chill, or as time goes. I don't know.
I mean, again,
I feel like it's because I know the implications of it.
Yeah.
And I know, like, even if it 6 weeks or 8 weeks of just systematic, and her habits are set. And we will be in a very good position in terms of a healthy sleep, a healthy lifestyle, healthy parenting, you know? So that's why I want to make sure that we start off on the right foot, because it does start on day one.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
For her, day 2 or day 7. Might give her a week vacation pay.
But yeah, it does. But then, like, you've been reading the book, it also says in there, you're the parent, you make the decision, you know, is it really working? Yeah. So, you know, like, if she's satisfied with 10 minutes, she needs a little top up.
Yeah.
So, but again, like, this is the schedule. This is what we're set on. We've agreed on that. But there do comes times where it's like, okay, it's not schedule. She's a baby. You know what I mean? It's not going to go exactly how we want it to go. There are some things that can, you know, shift, or this isn't really working today. Like, yeah. But
it's a learning experience, which it's both our first time. I feel like over time we'll definitely figure it out. Figure out what works with us, what schedule works with us, what time do you want to wake up, sleep, eat, shower, all that stuff, diaper change. But I think the first day has been solid. I think by the time I found out you were pregnant, no nerves at all. Like, again, I said in this podcast already, but I'll say it again, I'm very, very grateful and thankful that I do get to experience this and go through this with you. You know, I always say, if no matter, God forbid, hopefully we're together forever, but even if something does go wrong, things go wrong, people change, people grow, whatever, no matter what, I think this period of my life and these moments with you, I will always appreciate, and I'm so grateful that I get to keep them. No matter how, no matter how and if it ends or what happens, I do not care. Like, this has been an amazing 2 years, and it just keeps getting more amazing every single day.
Yeah, and it's like you said, like, this is just like the beginning of a new chapter. It's
literally the beginning. We just moved in together. We just started living together.
My legs numb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. She's just chilling. She literally is just chilling there. Like, she's so good. Like, she is so good. I can't believe it.
And pick her up and do the reveal. Actually, let's quickly talk about the future. Not the future, but, like, our hopes for what's to come.
Like, in the next couple of weeks?
The next couple of weeks, yeah. Next couple of days, next couple of weeks. And then we'll do the full reveal.
It's definitely...
I'm definitely gotta move back this way, though.
Sorry, I know. I just have to stretch out my leg.
Stretch it out.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
It's definitely... Hold on.
You in labor?
No. It's definitely a lot in these next, like, just a little couple weeks, because, you know, we want everyone to meet her as much as we... Like, for friends especially, it'll be longer, but, like, it's hard to, you know, keep family away because they want to meet. So that's just managing all that. I'm excited to get it I'm excited for everyone to meet her, but in a way I'm excited to get it all like over with. So we
Yeah.
can kind of just like enjoy our moments.
Especially while I have off week, off
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Which is why like these 2 weeks that I have off, I do want to get that all out the way
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I want anybody coming while I'm working or
Yeah.
so that again,
Yeah.
fair to the people that are showing up, that we can give them our full attention.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to have somebody stay over and we're like, hey, just know that you're gonna wake up at 7 a.m. because I'm gonna be answering calls.
Yeah,
Or hey,
true.
just make sure this and that. I'll make sure that if they visit, they're visiting us. We give them our full attention, and we enjoy the moment as a
And
family.
I also
Like no distraction.
do want you there when other people are visiting too, because
Mm-hmm.
we also have to establish our boundaries and
Yeah.
what we are
What's
say is
okay,
okay.
yeah,
So if
yeah.
you're working and people are coming and I'm, letting people do things that you're not comfortable with, like that's not really fair, right? So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm it's definitely getting this out of the way, like while you have the time off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to get that all figured out, and then I'm excited for like those next couple weeks after that, where
Mm-hmm.
it's just like me and you, like, and her figuring out life together, and just going on walks and going to the mall just because, and
Yeah.
and I just I think I don't really know what I have like to come. I'm excited to just
For it.
to
it,
start.
yeah.
I think we can do another update on really, like
First week, first month. But one thing that you were saying was because it is such like an early birth in the year,
Yeah.
your year hasn't really started.
okay,
Routine
yeah.
wise.
I'm
So
excited.
now, does your year start on January 8th or January 7th? Like, do you feel like now you're ready to start your new routine, start your new habits?
I feel not until everyone's made their visits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, that makes
I
sense.
still feel a
'Cause it's
little
still
stuck
very
until then.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Plus, physically as well, you're still in a healing stage.
So I think probably February
February
is when I feel like, and even I think then, oh, not quite yet, but by then I could be cleared to like work out again and stuff. So then I can bring her to the gym while I do a little workout. So I'm excited to do that.
I
or
think
go
I'm
on
excited.
walks.
That scene in Creed where he takes us to the gym and just boxes, I
Yeah.
think I'm fortunate. I don't box, but I'm going to a boxing gym. And I'm just going to sit her down. And I'm
Just for the clip.
just for the clip. Not even the clip. I won't even record it. That's another thing that I'm surprised by. I feel like I would want to record more things than I am. But being in this situation, I'm literally just like, man,
Just in the
I'm
moment.
just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Which again, like I probably would want to record that clip, but nah, it's for me and her.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. But yeah, so quick touch on you because you started the challenge, and you obviously restarted. What are you thinking now? When are you gonna restart that?
Yeah, the 75 hard challenge. Honestly, I'll probably start it. I'll try for tomorrow. The only thing today that I couldn't do is go to the gym is because we slept very late. Even the water is a struggle in itself. But I do, again, as the book was saying, we do have our habits. We do have our life. We're just welcoming the baby into our already habits. So I'm not going to try to switch my habits and dodge those because there's a new baby. I'm just going to, that's the benefit about the 75 hard is that you can make time, as we know, right? So I'll try to work everything around, but probably as soon as tomorrow, I'll try to going back to the 75 hard challenge for sure.
As of tomorrow.
As of tomorrow, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that hard. The only time I'm really out the house is for the 2 workouts.
Yeah.
But
True.
yeah.
That's
And now
just
I
the
have
2
2 weeks off
workouts.
of work. I was doing
it's a
it
good way
during
to-
work. So now I have 8
Yeah,
hours
that's
free
true.
where I could, like, yeah. If anything, it got easier.
Yeah.
The only thing will probably be just timing wise, making sure you're good here. Because now when
For
I'm
the
on my
time you're
walk,
gone.
exactly. Now when I'm gone,
Because I can't even walk with you.
exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So I'm just making sure you're good. Probably check in a little bit more. Gotta shift those habits, not even habits, but make those minor adjustments. Check in, how you doing, blah, 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 blah. But yeah.
I'm so excited to just like start things.
Yeah.
I just want to hold her.
Yeah, it's the reveal. Okay, you gotta,
Can you pick her up for me though?
of course. And then you gotta tell everybody the name. Make sure you pronounce it right though, because that'll be so awkward. And I will call you out if you pronounce it wrong. So start practicing in your head.
Okay, guys, disclaimer, I know her name. I just overthink it and try and pronounce the specific letter. That's why. But like, I know her name. But don't come for me if I say my daughter's name wrong.
They will come for you.
Okay.
Got her?
Yeah.
There. A little hat. Oh, look at that.
All right, everyone. So, she thinks she's hungry.
She thinks she's hungry.
But, no, you got to be good for the people. Okay?
First camera appearance. First podcast appearance. First
Can
of
they
many.
see her?
So, yeah, they can see her.
Okay. So this is
Oh, she looks so cute. You guys look so cute. Jeez.
Aaliyah
Yep.
Sage Mutabazi.
Mm-hmm. Actually, since we're saying the name, one thing that I do want to bring up is Sage. If you are watching this, if you're not, somebody got to send you this clip because, yeah, I feel like, hey man, I'm trying to give Sage a shout out.
She can do that.
I'm trying to give Sage a shout out here.
Yeah, come on, don't be
I
rude.
feel like when I thought Sage needed to be in either the first or the middle name was that first trip you took to visit her. In that 2 weeks, her and her mom's hospitality, seeing how much she made you feel comfortable and the effort she put in, that was when the thought was sparked. But a major shout out to you, Sage, is that throughout this whole thing, I think you have been, because me, having a daughter, I've always wanted either my mom or my sister's name to be definitely in there. And that was always the plan. But I think more... Hey man, my speech, you're ruining my speech. But I think more than anyone, you have helped us with this specific journey. And you deserve a huge amount of credit and a big shout out. So hopefully the name is a little bit showing how grateful we are. Hey! So hopefully the name, you know what, forget the speech. Thank you, Sage.
Yeah, like, come on, like,
forget the speech.
Yeah, come on. I know. We have to end this because I have to go feed my daughter.
Yeah.
But,
You have a daughter?
yeah.
Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute.
Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed and stay tuned for more because we'll be back.